everybody? Yo, first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you guys all for just the happy birthday wishes. I really do appreciate that. Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? You see, we out here upgrading the set a little bit. Of course, I remember you, Brian. What's good, homie? Yo, thank you guys all for all the birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it, you guys. Like, for real, thank you. Yo, Rusperson, yo, thank you, man. Makai, thank you. The Crowbutt, thank you. Yo, Patrick, thank you. Yo, young D Money Bag, yo, young D Money Boy, what's good, homie? Jayon, what's good, homie? Stay grinding, what's good? What's good, Wyatt? What's good, King Space? Yo, always base. Yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Yo, what's good, JT? How you doing? Lucid, yo, thank you for the love, man. I appreciate it. Yo, Thomas, yo, thank you, man. Hey, yo, Juice Boy, yo, thank you, man. Hey, we out here grinding every single day. We gonna keep it popping, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Khalil, what's good, homie? I appreciate it. Yo, Bugrat, what's good? What's good, Aseli? How you doing? What's good, Moses? Man, so first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you guys, as always, for taking time out of your Saturday. We out here, we gonna get a little lit. We gonna have a fun little highlight live stream. We gonna keep it tight, but yeah, we gonna get it popping. So if you haven't already, leave the live stream a like. It helps get the live stream out to more people. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and consider becoming a member of the channel. But your birthday's in 2 days. That's what's up. Yo, Ja, what's good, homie? It's your track coach's birthday today. Hey, tell him happy birthday as well. Yo, Cameron, you know what's good. You know the vibes, the Gemini thing. Music's a little loud. All right, here. I whatchamacallit? Yeah, actually, it's kind of loud. Whatchamacallit? I have a whole new scene on whatchamacallit? What's this program called? Streamlabs OBS, and so I had to like redo all of my levels and whatnot. It's your mom's birthday? That's what's up. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, yo, Colton, I'm doing good. So, you know, first and foremost, since it is my birthday, you know, we're gonna get a nice little bottle of wine for the boy turning 24. You know what I'm saying? You missed the Sharpe Life intro? I miss it too, you know. It was a cool little intro. So for all my people who are over 21, if you would like to partake, you can. If you're not 21, go get you some water or something. We got water too. We chilling. Yo, Williams, what's good, homie? Tear that off a little bit. Chug? Heck no. No, we gonna enjoy today. Today's it's a whatchamacallit? It's a marathon, not a race, if you know what I mean. Full send? No, we not full sended it. And it should just come out. Oh, probably should have cut the actual part and not just the part around it, but it's all good. Is 1, 2, 3. Gang gang. I cut around the rim thinking that it was gonna open it all the way around. Full send for the boys. If you try to full send wine, I don't know if y'all are up on game with wine. Wine's where it's at. If you guys didn't know. If you didn't know, we're drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon. You know, only the best for the boy. This is actually my favorite type of wine. I'm a red wine kind of guy. Here, for all my people who are turning 21 or of age, how you do wine is you take a little bit, you know, you swirl it around a little bit, see if it has some legs. Swirl it around, sit it down. You're not gonna be able to see it on whatchamacallit. You're not gonna be able to see it on the live stream, but you guys know the vibes. Red wine's where it's at. I got this from Target, so I'm not expecting it to be no crazy high quality. It's got some legs. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, they got some legs. I don't know what the legs are. I just know that you're supposed to look for them. They're like these little lines going down. I'm gonna celebrate my 21st birthday with orange juice with pulp. Oh, you already know. You already know, Reese. We out here. Just like I like my red wine. Nice little bitter with a little bit of sweet aftertaste. You already know the vibes out here. Okay. Oh, we gonna have some fun today, you guys. We're just gonna have a chill live stream. We're just gonna kick it. I don't know how much of this bottle I'm gonna get into. Just a little drop wanna come off. Neo, this is not for you. Like other streamers, I don't feed. Hey, down, dude. Hey. You don't get none of this, bro. You're not 21. You gotta chill, homie. Down. Good boy. You don't get this, bro. Hey yo, Milton, yo, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna drink a whole bottle of Jack. See ya. Hey yo, Flame, yo, I appreciate it, man. Hey yo, Khalil, yeah, we going when I get the second channel up and running, we gonna get Motivational Mondays up and going. Neil wants to get turned up. Neil needs to go to sleep. We already put 11,000 steps in today. How many steps are we in today? Yeah, we're 11,561 steps in. Here, let me see if I can show y'all. 11,561 steps today. We be putting in miles, bro. That's that's a little over 5.5 miles that we walked today. But you know, when you got the dog, we gotta do it. Drinking vodka. Yeah, vodka's my second. Vodka when it comes to hard liquor, that's my drinking choice. Oh, that's actually really good. It's funny because I was in the store and when it comes to wine, I just know I like cabs. I don't know, like, I'm not like really crazy about like knowing like, it needs to be from this small vineyard in the middle of Tuscany, Italy. But my brother's name is Justin, and this one's called Justin. So I was like, it's a sign from God. Sharpe wine review. This wine is really here. Let me get a little. Actually, not to even trying to sound pretentious, like this wine actually does have a pretty grapey smell. Coke and rum is fire. It has a really sweet initial taste, and then a nice little of that like kind of bitter-ish wine taste at the end of it. But yeah. How does someone get an ad midstream? I don't know what you mean by an ad midstream. My dad gave me a shot of vodka and told me it was water. Holy dude. If you're not like, don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm like part Russian because when it comes to vodka, I'm cool. I can drink vodka all day. Vodka and orange juice is fire, by the way. But whatchamacallit? If no one tells you, that's not where it's at. I don't know why the live chat's not showing up. Yo, Rice, what's good, homie? Yo, Sky, let me see what you said. Hey, yo, Sky, it's all good, man. And yo, thank you for the happy birthday wishes, man. I appreciate it. Israel, what's good, homie? Need a Gatorade tomorrow morning? No, I'm not gonna turn up that much. Favorite beer? I kind of like Mexican beer, so I like Dos Equis, Coronas, and Modelos, and also Blue Moon. I know Blue Moon's not Mexican beer, but I like Blue Moons. Your birthday's May 19th. That's what's up. Italian protein shake. Hey yo, Smog Productions, yo, thank you for the long time support, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yeah, Scott, we're gonna chill for a little bit. Probably gonna get through this first glass of wine, just kind of relax for maybe the first like 20-30 minutes. But then we are gonna do a highlight live stream as well. see you, CB. See you, Clemson. Hey yo, Mike, yo, I appreciate it, homie. Yo, one and only, I thank you, man. coming to Boston to get that real beer. Yeah, like whatchamacallit. For anyone who's under 21, you're about to turn 21. I would highly recommend if you have a brewery or like a if you have a brewery around you, or if you have what are they called? A vineyard? Not a vineyard. What are the places where you get wine from? A winery. Duh. If you can go to a brewery or a winery for like your 21st birthday, that's the best thing that you could do. Cause my homie, he took me to a winery for my 21st birthday. We'll say that. Let's just say I've looked pretty old for a while. So let's just say I was 21. But he took me there, and that's where I learned what types of wines that I like. And then if you go to a brewery, it's gonna tell you what type of beers that you like. Because when you just step into the drinking game, it's like you just don't know what you don't like or do like. Tips and tricks for better wine? I really don't know. I just know that I like Cabernet Sauvignon. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not up here. I'm no sommelier, which is a professional wine drinker or something like that. When was your first drink? Probably. Are we talking like sip of alcohol or like actual drink? Because my first actual drink was probably like 18 or 19. But I've had like sips of alcohol when I was like probably like 13, 14, somewhere around there. Pacifico is pretty good too. Life lessons with Sharpe. You already know the vibes, man. I'm 18th birthday. I'm going to Ireland, drink some Jameson and Guinness. Hey, when it comes to them, I don't really do dark liquor like that, yo. That's not the vibe. For the Christian Academy, how do you plan to celebrate your birthday if you plan to celebrate with students? I don't think I would be celebrating with students if I'm running a high school. I look 21 at 15. Sharpe. Yeah, no, I've looked old for a minute. I'm learning about wine and beer. Yeah, dude, like, yeah, I don't know like all the little fancy details. All I know is that you have good wine is like you just kind of like run it around, you swirl it around the glass, and then you set it down. And then yeah, it's actually wine has some pretty good legs on it. It's actually not bad. And you'll see these little streaks. I know for a fact you're not gonna be able to see it on there, but whatchamacallit. They're like these little. It's just like streaks on like when your water bottle has condensation on it, but it's on the inside of the glass. And if you see those, you know you have good wine. I don't know what it means. Just someone told me that it means it has good wine. JJ McCarthy or CJ Stroud? Ooh, that's actually a really good. That's a really good one. I'm gonna go with CJ. I think he has a little bit stronger of an arm, but nah, I'm gonna go JJ. It's close. I'm gonna go JJ. I think JJ overall is a little bit more accurate, and I think that's gonna help him out. Are we talking about who would you rather have on a team, or who do you think is going to be better in college? Because I think JJ McCarthy is going to be better because he's going to get like the starting job in Michigan almost immediately, whereas CJ Stroud's going to have to really work for his spot at Ohio State. I don't get what's so special about alcohol. It's the nicest. Yeah, I've never like literally. Like if you saw this wine glass before, it had like, because I have all my wine glasses flipped upside down, there was just like a thick rim of dust on the bottom of it. I don't drink at all, but for special occasions, obviously we gotta have a little bit of fun. But as far as just like casual drinking, nah. Like legit, when I moved in here, I bought 2 6-packs of beer in the almost year that I've lived here, and my dad drank like half of them. Caleb Williams, Bryce Young. That's pretty easy. So is drinking a sin? I know it talks about don't get drunk in the Bible, but is drinking a sin general? No, actually, I actually have a pretty nice little verse for that. You guys like the little transitions? We upgraded the channel. We'll drink a little wine. First Timothy 5:23. So when we're reading First Timothy, do not be hasty in the laying on of hands, and do not share in the sins of others, but keep yourself pure. Stop drinking only water and use a little wine because of your stomach and your frequent illnesses. So this verse is talking about whatchamacallit. It's talking about like the different ranks of the church, and it basically just says like, hey, a little bit of wine's good for you. But yeah, you're right. Like you shouldn't just be getting drunk out here, because it says like when you're drunk, basically you're giving the devil an avenue in. Yo, Levon, yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yo, Penguin, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Han, I would say that Caleb is a generational arm talent. I wouldn't say a generational quarterback. He has a lot of accuracy that he needs to improve on, and just overall development. But hey, as far as his potential, yes, he's a generational type quarterback. If he could put it together, he's good. He has the Patrick Mahomes type arm where he can just let it fly. But as we saw with Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech, his accuracy was an issue. And so if he's just able to put it all together, yeah, he's gonna be solid. Would you have a shaved head? Or would you have dreadlocks? I'd rather have dreadlocks. If we hit 200K during quarantine, you gotta shave your head. I'm gonna say no on that one because I kind of want to get braids. Yo, Angela, that's what's good, homie. Who do you think's the best wide receiver in the draft this year? Jerry Jeudy. Breeze or Tom Brady? Tom Brady. Prime or present? I don't know what that means. What's your opinion on Brock Purdy? No, he's not the best quarterback in the class of 2021. That, honestly, I don't, like, he's good, don't get me wrong, he's good, but, I mean, you got Caleb Williams, you got, who's homeboy here? Honestly, if I had to rank these, I would go Caleb, JJ. I don't think I've seen Sam's highlight tape yet. I know I have. I think I just only saw his sophomore year tape. I don't think I've seen his junior year tape. But if I just had to go off of just what I've seen, I would go Caleb, Kyle would be like really close to one. No, Caleb, JJ, and Kyle would all be really close to one another. Tyler, this kid is good. I covered him. I made the video on like the worst 5-star recruit. He's just the lowest ranked 5-star recruit. This kid is nice. Like he's nasty. And then Brock's definitely up there too. See, it's hard because it's not like their ranking's not solely off of just it's not just solely off of their like play in high school. It's a lot depending on like what they're doing in camps too. Hey, you know the vibes. Prime or present for Tom Brady? Oh, present Breeze. That's not even a question. Prime. I mean, are we talking about quarterbacks? Like, I'd rather have Brady on my team, but if I'm just picking a quarterback, then Breeze is the better quarterback in every area. Hey, yo, not so famous Dex. What's good, homie? How you doing, man? Hey, yo, Cameron, yo, what's good, homie? Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You have to choke what's left in the bottle. Hey, we got a long way to go. It wouldn't be the first time, though. Hey, the person that just subscribed, yo, thank you. I appreciate it. I can't always see the name. It gets really hard to see sometimes. But whatchamacallit? I've actually finished the bottle of wine before. I did it over like 3 hours. And also, it wasn't red wine. It was white wine. Remember, don't mix energy drinks and alcohol. That's big facts. Oh yeah, Caden. The goal with the move to Texas is I wanna do a lot more stuff for you guys because like I'm spending a lot of money over here. So like I wanna do like for example I wanna do maybe once a month going to a Cowboys game and inviting like you and obviously one of your parents and like all of us going to a game, or like me flying out to like whatever state that you're in and going to like that team's game. I want to be giving out like swag bags. Like I'm telling you, we're gonna be doing so much stuff once we get to Texas. Don't put Twinkies on your pizza. Not so famous Dex. Dexter Brown, my fastest subscriber on the channel. Get sponsored by SeatGeek. That's what I'm saying. Hey yo, young D Money Boy, yo, have a blessed rest of your day, man. Yo, thank you for dropping by the stream. I appreciate it, homie. You'll be the best. Put me on this. I'll be on that 24/7 top 20. Bet. I see you, Lucid. Do I have merch? Not yet. I'm going to be putting together some merch when I move to Texas. Like that's gonna be one of the first things. I'm right now. I'm just trying to think up some designs. Yo, Leroy, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. All right, but let's get into it. I want to watch some highlight tips right now. That is the first glass done. Life is a grind. Hey, you already know, man. This isn't for you, Neo. Crazy pour right there. Hey, you know, we have to. Streaming is becoming a little bit more of a. I'm starting to like streaming a whole lot more. Honestly, when I moved to Texas, I want to start streaming like 4 to 5 days a week. Hey, yo, future NFL kid, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, yo, Simeon, yo, thank you. I appreciate it, homie. gonna put together some designs, Reese. I know, Han. Yo, if Corey Foreman ends up going to USC, I want him to pick USC early, because I feel like if he commits to USC, he can get a lot more kids to pick USC. But if he picks him really late and everybody else is already like committed, that's gonna be a little bit hard. I think a really well-ran comeback route's one of the hardest routes to cover in one-on-one. What days will I stream? So Tuesday and Saturday, or what's today? Yeah, Wednesdays and Saturdays for sure. And then probably like, we already have Wednesday, Saturday, maybe Monday, and well, if we're doing 5 days a week, which I would like to do, it would just be every day except for Sunday and let's just say Sunday and Monday. Take 2 days off back to back. Simeon. Should USC have kept Ed Ogeron? Of course they should have kept Ed Ogeron. This dude led LSU to the Natty. And it's not even the fact that, because we didn't even offer him the head coach position. After he took USC, after he took over as the interim head coach and led us to like 3 or 4 straight wins, or so, like he basically finished off our season with the winning record. We didn't even offer him. All the players were responding to him. Everything was just running so smoothly, and then we don't even give him a chance at the head coach job, bro. I was sick when I heard that. Yeah, we picked up a 4-star athlete from Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Yo, Javon, what'd you say? Or Javonce Johnson, what'd you type? What is the best chest workout? What are you trying to accomplish? Alvin Kamara. Between Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara. By the way, if you need it, you can get editor for thumbnails or anything. Yo, bet, Lucid. Yeah, Scott, you could definitely go D1 if you don't have stars. There's a lot of kids who go D1 without stars. Yeah, Javonte, what did you say? That's the first time I've seen you say anything. If I don't work out, y'all, you can get PJ Fleck or James Franklin. Yo, if we pick up James Franklin, that'd be so far. To get gains, one of my favorite workouts, or one of my favorite chest workouts, is you take 2 dumbbells and you press them together. And you keep them pressed together, and you just like do like a really narrow bench press that will rip up your chest. All right, but let's jump into the highlight live stream portion of the stream. I'm not gonna guarantee that we're gonna get to a lot of highlights. I pretty much just kind of want to talk to you guys today. We're gonna kind of sprinkle in here and there some highlights, but for the most part, kind of want to talk to y'all, just kick it for a little bit. So yeah, but let's open it up. So everybody wait until I type start before you guys start guessing numbers. I want everybody to pick one number between 1 through 100. Do not pick more than one number or you will automatically be disqualified. I repeat, if you pick more than one number, you will automatically be disqualified. And go. Yo, Ed Morris, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yeah, Sky, coaches definitely look at consistency. So when you'll know when you're about to get an offer, a coach might come and ask, like, you'll send them your highlight tape and they'll be like, oh, okay, like, you're good. And then they're going to ask to see full game tape because they're going to want to see, okay, I see what your highlights are looking like. But let me see your lowlights. Let me see what happens when you're not going 100%. Let me see what, like, they just want to see, whatchamacallit, if you're 100% given, if you're giving your 100% 100% of the time. So yes, they are definitely looking for consistency. Yo, Gamer, yo, thank you for the birthday wishes. And Replenished Mindset, thank you as well for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you guys. Also, everybody get your last couple of guesses in. I'm about to type stop. When I type stop, any guess made after that will not count. This beat is called For the Ops. It's an Epidemic sound beat. It's made by Apollo. 3, 2, 1. Yo, Epidemic Sound has some pretty fire beats. Not even gonna lie. And stop. Alright, Lucid Junction is the bottom of the list with 99. And the number is 66. Alrighty. Alright, my boy Dylan Destroyer. Right now you're in the lead with 65. I really like to see a dominant defensive end. Like a dominant defensive end or a dominant defensive tackle. Dylan, thank you again for keeping the same number. Or thank you for keeping the same number. I appreciate that, homie. Anybody closer than 65? Nope. All right, Dylan, you're the winner, homie. Let me know the name of the player that you want me to watch and the high school that they go to. I could see that Han. He was, because they had him ranked as a safety. He was a pretty big safety. He's gonna have to get a little bit bigger to be a true Isaiah Simmons comp, but he definitely has that body type to be a player like that. Yo, Alden, yo, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, if people are still typing in numbers, just give it a second, because some people have a stream delay. My boy Dylan Brown from Hollis, Brookline. Replenish. So the join button gets you access to some extra features. So if you join the lowest tier, you get shouted out in every Subscriber Sunday video, as well as custom emotes in the chat. And it's just different levels. Like subscribing on Twitch, it's the equivalent to that, but for YouTube. Yo, Derek and Vinny, yo, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see what you're looking like, homie. 5'10", 185. Sophomore. Which tape should we look at? Hey, I think this is Daniel. Yo, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Okay, there you are. There you go. Do you agree that Caleb Williams and wait, they're both I get Bryce Young. That makes sense with the frame and the play style. Bryce Young is a faster, less athletic Russell Wilson. Caleb Williams is like, who would I compare Caleb Williams to? Caleb Williams is a mix between Patrick Mahomes and he's a mix between like Patrick Mahomes and a slower Cam Newton. Yo, Derek, what's good, homie? Hey, yo, Boogied, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So you really want to make sure that you're driving your feet on these plays. You don't want to just like get your hands on the guy. You really want to drive him out of the play. I was gonna say Justin Fields because I feel like he's like a slower Fields. Oh, they're your freshman year? I feel it. So yeah, so you really want to make sure that you're the aggressor on that you're the aggressor and really just driving this guy out of the play. Hey, yo, Kevin, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. There you go, lock him up, lock him up. Yeah, you're just gonna want to just get that dog in you and just really just like get these guys up out of the play, and not like you shouldn't ever be using your forearm. You should really be like using your hands and like punching. But I mean, you still got time to keep on developing. So I would just say the biggest thing is just to get a little bit more aggressive, especially if you're gonna be playing on the offensive line, and then just getting them guys up out of there. Oh man, bro, I had Wingstop today. It was so good. It was so good. Got the 8-piece, 6 pieces of lemon pepper, 2 pieces of barbecue with ranch and lemon pepper fries. The lemon pepper fries were a little bit too much. I'm not gonna lie. They put like 100 pounds of seasoning on them, and I was not really down for that. Hey, yo, Thomas, yo, I appreciate it, man. Yo, thank you for the birthday wishes, and have a blessed rest of your day. Do you think middle linebackers should learn how to catch? Yeah, I feel like all the fundamentals of football, so running, catching, passing, backpedal. Yeah, running, catching, passing, and backpedal. Like every player should know how to do that. What's Wingstop? Wingstop is like it's just like a wing place. It's like Buffalo Wild Wings or Wing Street. What are some other wing places? It's just a wing place. And block, yes. How to forget blocking? Yeah, but you should definitely know at every position should know how to block. But yeah, no, Wingstop's lemon pepper wings are different than like every other place. I think I saw that the Garrett comment. Alabama's weight difference is around 15. That's crazy. I think Tulia has a really good shot at balling out at Maryland. Whatchamacallit, his old offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, is now the head coach. So he has ties to the school. So it's not like he's just stepping into a completely new program. No, William, I don't see a whole lot of teams. The only teams I see being able to beat Ohio State are Wisconsin on a crazy day, and then obviously Bama or Clemson. But as far as I mean, obviously, like it's a rivalry game, so you can never put anything past anyone. But Ohio State is they're crazy, bro. Like a backpedal. I'm telling you, the Crowbat, like if you know how to be versatile, like you're gonna get a lot more looks than most people. I say you should start sending your film to scouts whenever you get your first year of productive varsity tape. So if you like get like a couple of like trash reps as a sophomore on varsity, I wouldn't send that out. But like the first year that you're starting, yeah, I would start to send that tape out. Top 4: Ohio State, Clemson, Bama. I don't want to put Oklahoma because I feel like Oklahoma's going to make it because they play in the Big 12 and they don't really play nobody. But they just always get washed. They're not fun to watch in the college football playoffs. And I don't want to say Georgia because I don't think that Georgia's going to be able to get out of the SEC like that. But I guess I'm going to have to put Oklahoma. I don't, yeah. Well, isn't Cam's brother Kalen? Isn't he a junior? Because I mean, they already have Bo Nix there at Auburn, so I don't really see him getting a whole lot of playing time if Bo is the starter. I mean, he was a true freshman last year, so he's gonna be there basically all the time that Kalen would be eligible. Honestly, I think it's either gonna be Oregon or Arizona State. USC, I think, is still a year or two away from being back in relevancy. Ideal build for a defensive tackle freshman? Ooh, I don't know about a freshman. I guess maybe like 5'8" above. Yeah, like 5'8" above. Maybe more like 5'9" and above. And if you're like close to 200 pounds, yeah, you're probably gonna be solid. In order: Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama. Let me see. Oregon really did that good last year, didn't they? I'll give it to Oregon. I think Oregon will sneak into the college football playoff. No, because they don't have Justin Herbert there, so there's no point of putting them in there. App State. Definitely App State. I'm kidding. Come on. Who could really get in there? LSU's not getting in there. Georgia, there's not going to be 2 SEC schools in there again. I mean, but basically every year there's always 2 SEC schools. Like literally it's the top 4 is always 2 SEC schools, Clemson and Ohio State, or Clemson and Oklahoma. I don't think Penn State can put it together like that. Wisconsin doesn't have Jonathan Taylor no more. Who else is gonna make that jump who else can make that jump in the Pac-12? Minnesota? A lot of teams played really good last year. Hey, there we are, USC. Hey yo, I couldn't see who that was that subscribed, but thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'm telling you, Arizona State's about to take off. Arizona State is about to be a surprise team next year. I guess I'd have to give it to Oklahoma. I guess Oklahoma would have to be that 4th team. Oklahoma or Penn State. I think Penn State could put together something pretty nice next year. I want to put Georgia. I just think that the SEC is just going to eat each other up. Florida might, but Florida's in the SEC as well. Hey, yo, Willie, yo, thank you. I appreciate it, homie. Notre Dame, it could be a sleeper team. That's for sure. Yeah, it's just really hard to put a team in the top 4. Like, I feel like the top 3 are always solidified, and then that 4th team is like just whoever wants to be good that year. All right, let's get another highlight in here. All right, so everybody, wait until I type start before you guys start guessing. I want everybody to pick one number between 1 through 100. Don't pick more than one number, or you will automatically be disqualified. I repeat, don't pick more than one number, or you will automatically be disqualified. And go. And also, William, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. Freshman running backs your way. Between like 140 and 160, just depending on how big you are. UNC Clemson over the next couple years is going to be good. Yo, Zach, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yo, this wine is absolutely popping. It tastes so good on the initial sip. It has that wine taste on the back end. That bitter taste. I'm not a big bitter fan. I don't like things that are really bitter, but the sweetness of wine is really what I like. Always remember, kids. Always drink water whenever you're drinking alcohol. Everybody get your last couple of guesses in. I'm about to type stop. When I type stop, any guess made after that will not count. I don't see. It's just hard because, I mean, yeah, if Michigan goes undefeated, beats Wisconsin, Purdue. Doesn't Michigan play like both Wisconsin and Purdue twice, or at least just one of them twice? Because they would need to beat both of them twice. While also stop. Rugrats the bottom of the list with 30, and the number is 3. But like, because the only way that two teams from the same conference can make it to the playoffs is either the top team. So like, let's just say Ohio State beats Michigan, but that was Michigan's only loss, and it happened not in the conference title game. It can't happen in the conference title game. It has to happen like maybe like a month before, and another team has to make it to the conference title game above them. But it's so weird how teams from the same conference would make it in. Yo, Lucid Junction, right now you're in the lead with 1. And thank you for keeping the same number. I do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you're going to be the winner. I can kind of speed through this one. Yo, Zachary, again, if I didn't say it, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. All right, yeah, my boy Lucid, you're the winner, homie. That isn't true because alcohol gets into your blood. I don't know. I've always liked drinking water whenever I drink. Oh, also eat. Always make sure that you eat before you drink. What injuries have I had in my career? Honestly, all praise. Here, I want to listen to these first songs. These first songs are fire. Honestly, all praise be to God. I didn't have too many crazy injuries in high school. The worst injury that I had was I pulled my groin. Like, that wasn't fun. But God actually healed me. Like, I pulled my groin on a Tuesday, and we had our game on Friday, and by that Friday, my groin was already healed. The power of laying hands actually really does help. Like, it doesn't help, it heals. Like, that's... Search up on that in the Bible. Look up the power of laying hands. I'm telling you, God gave us healing. God gave us the power to heal ourselves. But that was in high school, and then when I got to college, bro, here, let when I got to college, this dude looks absolutely massive. Holy. Who is this kid? This kid's out here looking like freaking the Terminator out here in high school. But whatchamacallit? Bro, when I was in college, there really is a difference between like college sports medicine and high school sports medicine, bro. I remember, bro, like, cause as a receiver, especially as an X receiver, like most teams are starting to get where like as a receiver you really only play on one side of the ball. So I was always playing on the left hand side of the ball, and so I was always pushing off my left foot, like to get off the line. And I just remember my big toe it was hurting. Like it wasn't turf toe. I couldn't, like, it just hurt. Like I couldn't cut off of it. I couldn't plant off of it. And I went to the sports trainer, or the sports medicine person, the trainer, that's what they're called. And I was just like, yo, like, I just kind of explained what was happening, and he was like, let me try this. He took some gauze, kind of wrapped it up into like a little cushion. He stuck it in between my big toe and the toe next to my big toe, and then he taped that together. So like it was just like a little cushion in between. And he was like, how does that feel? And bro, it was just like all the pain instantly went away. He was like, yeah, that happens when like you said some fancy medical thing. I was like, bro, the fact that I could just describe what I was feeling and you just fixed it off the top, kind of crazy. I got a stinger on my shoulder on a Monday. Then got 265. Had kick returns on Friday. That's what's up, bro. Yo, H-Duck, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yo, cheers. Oregon commit. Here, Mark 16. Here, I actually want to read this. We're gonna read the Bible out here. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out demons, they shall speak in new tongues. I'll talk about this here in a second if you guys want to know more about speaking in tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly, any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. Amen. And they shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Amen. So then after the Lord had spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven and sat on the right hand of God. Amen. Come on, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we believe in out here. That's what's up. Yo, who sent that? Who put that in the chat? Our boy Simeon. That's what's up, man. God bless you. Let's see what the boy looking like out of Spanish Springs High School. That's actually a pretty lit name for high school. No, William. I don't. I mean, literally, Michigan's. Sit him down. Let's go. Michigan's top receiving target, Donovan Peoples-Jones, just left for the draft. This kid is nasty out here. Bruh, I see him. Bro, look at this burst that he has on his closing speed. Will I celebrate with the school staff? Yeah, I mean, if they want to. I mean, you gotta realize, like, if I was like the head chance, I don't know what you would call me at the school, because I guess I'd be like the principal. Like, you don't turn up with the principal, like, they're adults. I'll if the kids want to like have like a little birthday thing, I'll like do something during school time. Wait a spin. This kid is nice. I see him out here. We now are in. How's the bottle looking? We're right here. We got that. Plus, I actually gotta kind of pick it up like you. Low key, I've never been a big like chugging alcohol guy. Dude, this kid is nasty out here. He's an Oregon commit? Yo, bet. What, well, he's... Oh, no, bro, he is absolutely closing on these guys. What am I sipping on? I'm sipping on some Cabernet Sauvignon, red wine, you know what I'm saying? It's the vibes. Yeah, if you had to give me any choice of alcohol to drink, red wine is my absolute favorite. It's not even close. It goes red wine, vodka, and then you just have to make like a good mixed drink or something. Probably some rum after that. Yo, Rip Niz, yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it, man. He's an Oregon commit. He's school down the road. That's what's up. Han, I don't think you should be. See, if we're talking about top 20, I'm looking at guys like. Don't get me wrong, Leonard Fournette is that he's probably like in the top 30. And he actually, if you could probably make a case for him to be top 20, but when I'm thinking of like generational type high school talents, I'm looking at guys who, I don't know, yeah, you probably could put Leonard. Ooh, look, I see you out here. Let's go. Yeah, you probably could put Leonard Fournette in the top 20 of all time. You really could. Get him off you, bro. This kid's nice. How big is he? Here. 6'3", 220. This is a solid built dude. Yeah, for him to be moving like that at that size, that's pretty fancy. Zachary, I saw you type fancy and I said that. That's pretty scary. Just a half. The Kansas, he plays at Kansas right now. You got the first offer today? Bet, what college? Yes, Devin, it is my birthday today. Yo, bet, Johnny. I don't even know who Tamarian Terry is. Mike Lee from Kansas? No, I have not. Here, actually, I like that. 12 all time. That's crazy, bro. Okay, these two I have no problem with. If you guys have never seen Robert Kimdichie in high school, this dude was so crazy talented. Grayson, bro. He put Grayson on the map, bro. Absolute savage. Never seen Vince Young in high school. Don't know how good he was. But Sean Gary, I remember him being really good. I don't know about number 3. Dorial Green Beckham. This guy definitely deserved to be this. He was so good in high school. Like, it was disgusting. I mean, 6'6", 220. He literally, like, I made a video on him like almost a year, not almost, definitely over a year ago. But he was supposed to be the next Calvin Johnson. Like word for word, he was supposed to be the next Calvin Johnson. Ronald Powell, never watched him. Never saw Ernie Sims. Trevor Lawrence, really good. But it's like I don't know if he was top 10 good like this. Never saw DJ Williams. Never saw this guy. Daquan Bowers was really good. Not Terrell Pryor. Don't know these guys. Leonard Fournette deserves to be up here. Yeah, him and AP. That I'm not mad at that. Gonna be tipsy by the night. Hey. I mean, I drink on my birthday, New Year's, and the maybe 1 or 2 parties that I go to, like my network. I drank at their at VidCon this past year. Yeah, I'm not a big drinker, so when I like to celebrate, we like to celebrate. That's what I'm saying. That was Kyler Murray. Bro, Kyler Murray is like, he's so far down. It's disgusting. Like bro, it's actually ridiculous. I'm not mad at Brian Brees being right here. Brian Brees is so crazy. He's so crazy talented. Cyrus Kouandjio. Cyrus Kouandjio, I said that right. This dude, savage. Myles Garrett, savage. Don't know about this one. Jabril Peppers, crazy talented. So talented. What's the next simple gospel video dropping? Probably. What's today? Saturday? Let's say Tuesday. It'll be up on Tuesday. Julio Jones, yes. But if you're going to put Julio Jones here, then you need to have AJ Green somewhere close. Ted Ginn Jr. was that high ranked? Dang. Percy Harvin. I remember this kid coming out of high school. Because we almost played him. Hey, yo, Brandon, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. I'm not mad at this Jack Sawyer right here. In the 40s, that kid he's nice. Charles Rogers, if you guys don't remember, he was the receiver that got picked up at the Lions, and he was supposed to be like the guy. That's what I'm saying, bro. This list is so trash. No Derrick Henry. Like, Derrick Henry literally was like, here, let me go by a position. They got Joe McKnight. I didn't watch him in high school. Leonard Fournette should definitely be up there. Adrian Peterson should definitely be up there. Najee Harris should be up here. Cam Akers was good. I don't know if he was that good. No, Cam Akers wasn't better than Jonathan Gray. Jonathan Gray, bro, was disgusting in high school. Who else was nasty? Isaiah Crowell was dirty in high school. Yeah, I guess all these running backs are better than Derrick Henry. Bijan Robinson, DeAnthony Thomas, Zach Evans, CJ Spiller. I'm not mad at. Thomas Tyner, I'm definitely not. Thomas Tyner should be a higher up. No Reggie Bush. I'm telling you, bro, this list is so flawed. It's so flawed. Trey Williams, this dude was crazy in high school, bruh. So crazy. I thought he was going to be a lot better at USC, not gonna lie. He had flashes of Zeke, but I don't know if he was able to put it all together. Where is Derrick Henry? Now I'm actually really concerned. Here. Oh, they had him ranked as an athlete. That's probably why. Okay, let's go back and look at the top athletes. Okay. Still, he's way too low. They have Brew McCoy over Derrick Henry? Don't get me wrong, I love Brew McCoy. He's out here, he's gonna be balling for USC, and he's not at Texas anymore, he's at USC. But are you smoking crack? Jabril Peppers, I can see. Jabril Peppers was absolutely disgusting in high school. Robert Woods, same. I don't know who this guy is. Taylor Mays, I'm not surprised at that. But bro Scarborough was disgusting in high school, bro. He was so crazy talented. But yeah, no, Derrick Henry needs to be a lot higher. Ayo, alone? I think that's what that said. I'm not sure. But thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. They had Eric Armstead as an athlete, a 6'8", 285-pound athlete. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Juju Smith-Schuster. Look how young he looks in this photo. I mean, he is really young. He looks like a baby in this photo. But he's actually really young for his for his class. Like, I think he's like barely like 22 years old in the NFL or something like that. Yo, Derek, what's good, homie? Anybody named Sanders? Honestly, yo, Brian, well, happy early birthday, homie. Damian Harris was nice too. Here, let's see what the wide receivers are looking like. This top two I'm not mad at all. This is probably the most accurate that they've had this whole time. Patrick Turner was pretty nice. I remember him coming out of high school. Well, I don't remember him coming out of high school. I just remember him being at USC and like there was a bunch of hype around him. And then yeah, receiver is one of those positions where you can fall off really quickly. I mean, literally, this guy was supposed to be Calvin Johnson. This is one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the whole NFL. Had his time of being one of the best receivers. Nope. Bust. Nope. Early Doucette, I'm pretty sure Early Doucette made it to the NFL. Still waiting and seeing. Nope. AJ Green, that's my boy. Made one of the nastiest catches in high school. Stephon Diggs, one of the nastiest, one of the best receivers. Rupert Randall, I remember him coming out of high school. Jaden Hasselwood, the book's still out on him. Justin Shorter just transferred. I forget what school he transferred to, but he just transferred. George Farmer, he was a bust. He was supposed to be so good at USC, and I think he got in like legal trouble or something like that. Nope. Actually, is that Andre Caldwell? I'm tripping. Speedy Noyle. He just wasn't able to find a position. He really just wasn't able to find a position at Texas A&M. Amon-Ra St. Brown, this is my boy. Mecca Ibuka, these two. But this is my boy right here. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's the future out here. Hey, okay, no. Oh, bet. I'll definitely make sure that he'll wish you happy birthday when your birthday comes around. Look at how many of these top receivers went to USC. USC is wide receiver U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What was that? 7 out of the top 28? That's not bad. A fourth of the top receivers in the country went to USC. Quan Treadwell, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Rick Rod. I remember him. I remember this guy. Who else do I remember? Jarvis Landry, balling out. This kid was so crazy talented coming out of high school. Malachi Dupree. This was a guy right here. Where was his teammate at? He had this white boy that went in with him. He's in the NFL right now. Sammy Watkins. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson, not Deshaun Watson. Garrett Wilson, Theo Weiss. Calvin Johnson's way down here. Dang, that's crazy. I remember Robert Foster. Christian Kirk. Damon Demas. Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, no, there's some ballers out here. I want to see what the quarterbacks are looking like. Why is USC not good? I feel like USC suffers from a couple things. Firstly, we need to kind of get our coaching a little bit better. Our coaching right now is pretty, I feel like that's holding us back a lot. But I think the two biggest things that really hurt USC are, firstly, when you come to USC is a historical program, meaning that we've had a lot of success in the past and we've been good in the past for a while. And so I feel like a lot of people, when they come to USC, they're just like, oh, we're USC. We're supposed to win games. And then they go out there and they get spanked around by Arizona States, around by Colorado's, by the Utahs. Like, I feel like they go in thinking that they're because they're USC, that teams are just gonna bow down to them. And you're in LA, so you have a lot of distractions. So I mean, I live not even 10 minutes from USC, and trust, there's a lot of distractions out here. What college do I think produces the best running backs? Wisconsin, Alabama, or Wisconsin, or I guess Wisconsin or Alabama. Who's this guy? And none of y'all can talk when it comes to what state produces the best quarterbacks. Okay, we got Texas, Georgia, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, California. Yeah, no. California be putting up some numbers. I remember Brody Croyle. I remember Russell Shepard. He switched to wideout. Jimmy Clausen, I remember him. Matt Barkley's with the Bills, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite, he was one of my more favorite USC quarterbacks. Mitch Mustang, I remember him. Kyle Allen. Dude, look at the disrespect they put on Kyler Murray. He's nowhere near the top of this list. I remember Max Brown. This dude did not pan out at USC. I remember talking to him at the spring game. Josh Rosen didn't turn out to be much. Christian Hackenberg, nah. Timmy T, this is always gonna be my boy. He finished off as a winner. He may not have been winning the games, but whenever you got the Lord on your side, hey. The Siege on Spotify, I would, but for some reason, I don't know why, YouTube doesn't have a partnership with Spotify, and so you can't play any of their music. But for some reason you can on Twitch. It doesn't make sense. This is my boy right here. I'm so sad he's leaving USC, and I'm sad he got hurt too. Bro, how do they have these guys all ranked ahead of Kyler Murray? Like, no. Like, come on. Where is Kyler Murray on this list? Matt Tuiasosopo. Dane Christ, I remember him. Gunnar Keel, I remember this guy. Get out of the cannon. This is my boy right here, Kyle McCord. There's Kyler Murray. Number 60. Yeah, Yeah, I listened to Wanna. I haven't listened to it all the way through and through, but I've listened to like probably like 75% of it, like just kind of picking out the songs. Overall, it sounds pretty good. This is disrespect. This is blasphemous right here. Absolute blasphemous. Bro, oh my gosh. Bo Jackson did the Spark. He would have been ridiculous. Cam Newton. Philip, I remember Philip Sims. Tua. All right, let's get into another highlight. I want to watch another highlight. All right, everybody. Ayo, Raphael, thank you, man. Yeah, you know he puts a lot of work into his music. No, Khalil. I just get all my beats off of Epidemic Sounds. That is the second glass down. Cheers. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was like a 3-star recruit, I think, coming out of high school. Gonna drink it anyways. Yeah, we're making some progress. We're making some progress, boys. My birthday's been chill, honestly. Whatchamacallit? Hey yo, Fuzz, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, we grinding for y'all, man. 100 more to go. Nah, we got maybe after this class, we probably have another 2.5. 2 really good pours, or 2.5 of the pours that I've been kind of pouring. Why can't we see our comments? What do you mean? Hey, yo, bet replenished. Yeah, no. There's a lot of beats that have pretty solid beat patterns that Epidemic Sounds has. All right, I want to watch another highlight tape. So everybody, pick a number. Get ready to pick a number between 1 to 100. Wait until I type start. When I type start, pick a number between 1 to 100. Whichever number. Everybody pick one number between 1 to 100. Don't pick more than one number, or you will automatically be disqualified. Go. I think the better overall receiver clearly is Randy Moss, but I feel like Jerry Rice. It's like the difference between, like, if Keenan Allen never got hurt, Keenan Allen would be one of the best receivers in the NFL. But Julio Jones is a freak of nature. It's just the difference between being a freak athlete and being. It's like the difference between like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi has all the natural talent, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo is like the freak athlete that developed his talent. Everybody get your last couple of guesses in. Michael Thomas is such a dog, bro. He's so good. Who's DBU? I'm gonna say LSU or Ohio State. Stop. Jayon or Alabama? Jayon Henderson is the bottom list of 25, and the number is 59. AZ with the dub. Right now you're in the lead with 50. And Israel Ngakwe, you are now the newest leader with 60, and thank you for keeping the same number. I do appreciate it. What are you barking at, dude? There's nothing out there. What are you looking at? You're good. Hey. Hey. Chill. Chill out. Calm down, dude. You're okay. my boy at? Israel, you are the winner, homie. Who's wide receiver you? USC. It's not even close. USC, all of our receivers may not have panned out, but as far as sending receivers to the NFL, USC. We send a receiver to in the first of the. I think we've sent a receiver in the first 3 rounds, like each of the last 10 years. Who's quarterback you? Either USC or I think that's also USC. I think USC's quarterback and wide receiver you. Yeah, I saw Michael Thomas and Devontae Parker's fight. Devontae Parker should not be saying nothing. Devontae Parker. Michael Thomas was offensive player of the year as a wide receiver, and Devontae Parker struggles to get over 100 yards receiving consistently on the Dolphins. There's levels to this. Let's see what your boy Miles is looking like out here. Purchase. Y'all will know when I get drunk when I can't type no more. This is a cold profile pic. Because Johnny, they can't guard Mike. Who are the Saints? What's the Saints' second best receiving option? Freaking Smallwood. The dude who got the hit in the Rams game, like everybody knows that the ball is going to Michael Thomas. Everybody knows that Michael Thomas is the first option, and they still can't guard him. He had the most receptions and the most yards last year. Like, I don't know why people hate on. I guess it's just because there's not a specific reason as to why he should be as good as he is. He's kind of like Davante Adams. He's like a better Davante Adams, which is scary to think about. Davante Adams is already so good. Yeah, Corey Foreman should be much lower on the list. To hit his voice, I've never heard him speak. Here, you got me interested. I'll watch your boy Miles here in a second. Today's my birthday. I just want to kind of just.
I'm at Can't Guard Mike, and I'm gonna read some nice tweets for you. Can't Guard Mike. Congrats, little bro. Well deserved. Keep going and settle for nothing less than greatness. LeBron James, you know, he's the best basketball player in the NBA right now. He's a legend. He's a
very generic. He sounds like a generic person.
Buckeye supporter. He's supported me since college. You know, just to stay on my path since college and still make a guy like that proud outside Ohio State is a blessing. I was for sure.
I can see it, low key. It's not his voice as in like, it's more so the way he talks. It's like he talks like this and then he finishes the sentence and yeah, it's a pretty good sentence. It's just, I guess it's this cadence of voice. Yo, Dwayne, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. But I don't see why you would hate on someone for their voice. That's kind of weird. All right, let's see what the boy here. Let's get the music back popping. All right, let's see what the boy looking like. Yeah, actually, look here. I want to see what he's looking like on the. I want to see what he's looking like. Oh, never mind. Here, let's do this. We'll open that new tab, and then I want to see what he's looking like. Let's see some basketball highlights real quick. Pull up on him. Oh. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay. He got the handles. He got range on him. Let's go. Oh, give me that. Give me that. We're going the other way. Let's go. Cameraman, keep up. Pull up on him. Oh, he hit him with the up and under with the English on it. Let's go. Okay, bruh. Homie's nice. Oh, just in your face. Get off of me. Go snatch the rebound. Oh, give me that. Get bodied. Get babied. And well, let's go. That's what's up. Homie's nice at basketball too. Let's see what Taysom Hill is overrated. I don't know why everybody's thinking. He stuck that foot in the ground and said, "See ya." Let's go. Yeah, but Taysom Hill is very, very, very much overrated. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a very versatile player and he does a lot of good things for a team, but as far as being like the next Steve Young, people are smoking crack. If he was the next Steve Young, he would be playing. He would be a starting quarterback somewhere if he was the next Steve Young. Do I get my eyebrows done? No. I've had them done in the past, but I don't get them done. Your boy just naturally is handsome, you know what I'm saying? You're good, Zach. Don't get me wrong. But this dude's very twitchy. I like his game. He's very, very twitchy. Oh, he's playing at Denver Stadium. Is he in Colorado? Yes, he is in Colorado. I don't know why I question that. Bro, do you see this twitch that he's got on him? Bro, he just is like... Oh, this one, that way. This one, that way. I think sit him down. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like if I remember whatchamacallit. I mean, I get it if you've been playing quarterback your entire life and then someone asks you to play something other than quarterback. But if they wanted you to be something like Taysom Hill rarely plays quarterback. He plays more of like a wildcat quarterback. But it's like at a certain point you gotta realize like, okay, what are my skills? Like, what are my actual skill sets? Like, bro, this kid is nasty out here. Yo, where's he going to school at? He really does use his basketball moves. I heard that the Saints wanted to draft Tim Tebow and use him like they would with Taysom Hill. I mean, at a certain point, it's like you gotta figure out what get off of me. It's like you gotta figure out whether you want to play football or play quarterback, because you can't do both sometimes. Bro, this kid is disgusting at undercutting these passes. From other events, I'm not sure. I haven't used Huddle since 2014. Yo, do y'all think I should go to my 10-year reunion? As of right now, if you would ask me, I would not go. But I think going to my 10-year reunion might be a major flex, low-key. For me, it's just whenever somebody says that he's like Steve Young, it just doesn't make sense. When Drew Brees got hurt, Taysom Hill didn't come in. It was Teddy Bridgewater. Like, if you were that good of a quarterback, you would have been starting. Might as well go, honestly. Hey, yo, Rozzy, yo, I appreciate it, man. Yo, I'm happy that my videos are able to inspire you to play football, man, for real. And yo, thank you for the birthday wishes, bro. Have a blessed rest of your day. Dad met my mom at their 10-year reunion. Low-key, I'm not trying to meet any of the girls. I'm not trying to meet none of the girls. No, I'm not trying to meet none of the girls at my 10-year reunion. I know what they were all doing in high school. I'm good. I'm gonna meet my wife here in Texas, and or when I move to Texas, and yeah. I still think Jameis has a chance. I mean, he's clearly proven that he has talent. He just whatchamacallit. He just lacks in judgment sometimes with his decision making. Cause he missed kiss. Oh, you wildin', Raphael. Yeah, nah. Oh, I mean, my 10-year reunion is not for another 4 years. By the time that my 10-year reunion, bro, in 4 years, I expect to be well over $1 million, but I expect the business to be like, I expect like SharpeSports is about to take over. I'm telling you guys. Like, I don't know if y'all. Yo, LSU Eddie, yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Yo, I know y'all see the daily posts, and I know y'all see what the channel is right now, but I'm telling you, in 4 years, bruh, it's about to be. The SharpeSports brand is about to be a multi-million-dollar brand. It's about to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sports media companies in the world. Oh, you already know, Han? Hey, yo, King Fred, yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it, homie. Taysom Hill got hurt against Utah State 2 to 3 times in college. Like, every time he played Utah State, he got hurt? That's crazy. Taysom Hill's 31? He's not 31. He's 29. Still, that's kind of old. I thought he was like 27. Teddy Bridge. Jameis Winston's only 26. Dang, he's still, yeah. Jameis Winston, you can't call him a bust. When he throws for 5,000 yards, yeah, he threw for 30 interceptions. You know how crazy that is? That you allowed someone to stay in the game to throw 30 interceptions? That is wild. Like, this stat line is crazy. 5,100 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. That is wild. That is crazy. Maybe you don't see, but a friend of mine, Devon Johnson, passed away 7 years ago. Hey, yo, I'll try and give him a look, Demo. But thank you for letting me know about him, and yo, my prayers are with him and his family, for real. Yo, I appreciate it, Dwayne. That's Tom Brady's new coach. See ya. Who's the top 3 best middle school players that you've ever reacted to on the live? Oh, I have no idea on the live. I don't even think I've covered 3. Well, I know I've covered 3 middle school players, but I just don't know. I couldn't. I think I said Saigal? I think. But the person that just subscribed, I appreciate it. Thank you. Who's the most underrated quarterback in the NFL? I would say the most underrated quarterback in the NFL is... I think Matt Stafford doesn't get as much love as he deserves. I didn't give him as much love as he deserved when Calvin Johnson was there because I was like, oh, he's just feeding off of Calvin Johnson. But Matthew Stafford can low-key throw the football. He's actually really talented. He puts up his stats regardless. Yeah, Zachary, sadly. Johnny, we'll do another RNG. We'll do another highlight here in a couple minutes. Yo, Demarius, whatchamacallit? I'm gonna cover more of the class of 2021 recruiting classes, more when they get finalized. A lot of we still got a long time before the 2021 classes are solidified. So once more kids are fully committed and signed to where they're going, that's when I'm gonna start covering more of those players. Opinion on Drew Lock. So I went back and actually watched Drew Lock's tape and didn't just go off of what people were saying. He has a lot further to go than I thought, but some of the throws that he made were actually really impressive. Like I think this is what Von Miller said in he had a GQ interview. I think he said it the best, where the incompletions that Drew Lock had were impressive. Which sounds weird, but when you think about it, it's like he tried to fit a ball into a certain window and he missed it. But if he would have made it, it would have been nice. So Drew Lock's at a point right now where he has a lot of weapons around him. He's got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Albert O, Noah Fant, Philip Lindsay, Melvin Gordon, KJ Hamler. He's got a lot of weapons. But on top of that, he also has a lot of pressure because, okay, now you have all of your weapons. Basically, there's no excuses. So, I have the Broncos being a 9-win team this year. I have us going 9-7. Best case scenario, 11-5. Worst case, 8-8. Can I just eat my food? Neo's so funny. Whenever I have any type of food, he just instantly is just like, he just wants it. What happened to the live stream? Yo, Twix is my favorite candy bar of all time. So good. Oh. Dear God, thank you for this food. Thank you for this blessing table with food in abundance. Just thank you. Yo, Raphael, thank you, man. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Whatchamacallit? Yo, Raphael. One thing I've learned to really come to accept with the channel is because of the nature of the channel, basically spotlighting people. There's a lot of people who are here just to get spotlighted, which is perfectly fine. Then there's a lot of people who just rock with me, obviously. Who are in here, other people that rock with me. So I'm not tripping over the numbers. I appreciate every single last person that watches the live stream. I'm appreciative of every single last person that watches the video, whether I cover their favorite player or their favorite team, or whether I'm covering some random kid in the middle of nowhere for Subscriber Sunday. Like I do what God calls me to do, and I know He takes care of everything else. So I'm appreciative of everybody that's in here and that's rocking with me. And I mean, first off, it's just taking time out of the day just to watch the channel, but then also to wish me a happy birthday. So, honestly, like that's the one thing that really ticks me off about YouTubers is it's like they reach this certain point of fame, and then they just act like their subscribers didn't help them get to where they're at. Like they just did it all on their own. Like it doesn't make sense. Like how could you just stop posting? Like how could you just like stop supporting your audience? Like I know people go through real things in life, and like I understand that like there's certain things like that, but it's like come on, man. Like you always gotta provide for the people who provided for you. How do I keep my beard so amazing? Genetics. Honestly, if you have like a full beard, you should really invest in a straight razor. If you get a straight razor and just like I have like a generic like $20 trimmer from Target, and I hit this with 12 millimeter on my chin and then the cheeks and everywhere else, and like a little bit underneath here, and then all on my cheeks, and then on the mustache is a 9 millimeters. And then you just take a straight razor and just line everything up. Demarius, that's big facts. Yo, activist, yo, thank you, homie. I appreciate it, man. What happened to John Ross? He got hurt his rookie year, on top of the fact that he was hurt before he went to the NFL. He just has to find his footing again. One second. To me, I don't want to say this, but eventually I have to start taking more decisive takes, and if this take is poor, I'm gonna blame it on the wine. But I believe the only reason why Tyreek Hill is so good is because he has a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, who has a cannon that can launch the ball 100,000 yards down the field. Because when you have these players who are elite burners, you need a quarterback with a cannon. Deshaun Jackson. What were the best years of Deshaun Jackson's career? When Michael Vick was the quarterback. What did Michael Vick have? A cannon. It's like if your quarterback doesn't have an absolute rocket for an arm, it doesn't matter how fast you are. If your quarterback can't get the ball out to you, it doesn't matter. So like, and that's what I was trying to say with the Henry Ruggs pickup by the Raiders. Derek Carr doesn't have a cannon. Marcus Mariota doesn't have a cannon. Like the only quarterbacks that have like real cannons in the NFL: Patrick Mahomes, Carson Wentz, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, and I know y'all will type somebody that I'm missing, but it's a very short list. I'm not talking about being accurate 15, 20 yards downfield. I'm talking about the receiver's already 35 yards downfield, and you launch the ball 75 yards in air and let your receiver run up underneath it. That's the type of throw that I'm talking about. And Patrick Mahomes can make that throw, and that's why Tyreek Hill looks so good. So, yeah, Andy Dalton doesn't have a cannon like that. So he wasn't able to utilize John Ross to his fullest abilities. And these tiny receivers who are speedsters, they can't win underneath. They have to win over the top. So, yeah. Russell Wilson has a cannon, but not that much of a cannon. Low-key, Lamar can't actually let it fly. Lamar can let it fly. I've seen him kind of just flick his wrist and let that ball go. Yo, Keir Thomas, yo, thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. Marquis is great. Thank you for subscribing, man. Was Tyreek Hill? Hey, then I might be tripping, Han. But at least from what I've seen, the only time that speedster receivers have worked is with a elite armed quarterback. Yo, Flexion, what's good, homie? Yo, Graham, yo, thank you for subscribing, homie. I appreciate it, man. What was my most views on a video? 2.1 or 2.2 million, depending on what it's at right now. 2 is very accurate. 2 is more of a Drew Brees kind of has a cannon. Well, at least prime Drew Brees had a cannon. Yeah, 2 is more like a Russell Wilson type quarterback. All-time big arm quarterback, either CJ Stroud or Caleb Williams. Yes, I have heard of Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers also has a cannon. That kid can let it fly. Yo, Lucid, yo, thank you for all the love and support, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming to the live stream and have a blessed rest of your day, homie. Zachary, my favorite running back is Christian McCaffrey. No, Flexion, you're right. If Matthew Stafford he has some weapons, but when he had Calvin Johnson, clearly he was elite. But with the good old line, Matthew Stafford, he really can't throw the rock. Josh Allen, that to us is a cannon for an arm. Yo, Johnny, we're gonna bring back the 5-star vs. 1-star series. But yeah, that was another, like, honestly, like, I just kind of want to talk to y'all about God right now, just because that's just like when I just think of just my birthday, I'm just so grateful to God. But like, God literally has blessed me with every single video idea. He's blessed me. Like, my most viewed video was recommended to me by one of you guys. Like, that was God putting that person in the live stream at that time to recommend me that person. The 5-star vs. 1-star series that came to me by God. The freshman vs. senior series that came to me by God. God has been such a blessing in my life. Like, honestly, guys, like, if you deny yourself and if you live for God, you'll see so many blessings poured out into your life. You'll see your life depart from your friend group and your people who you associate with. You'll see your life just depart in such a much better way. Like, it's just crazy because, like, I really look at my life and I'm just like, because I don't know how old most of you guys are. I'm assuming most of you guys are like somewhere in high school. You guys will probably see, especially now that we're in quarantine, like, you'll probably notice that you don't talk to as many of your friends as you thought you would have. Like, that's what high school, after high school is. Like, I don't talk to anybody that I went to high school with. Like, not a single person. Like, zero. Like, I had a friend group in high school that I talked to, but I kind of handled it poorly, but I was growing with my life. Like, I was doing the YouTube channel, I was moving forward with my life, and they were kind of just staying still, and I was just like, hey, I have to kind of like do my own thing. And you'll notice that, like, a lot of the people that you went to high school with, it's like you just kind of outgrow them, or you go to a different college outside, like a different state or something. And but like, where was I going with this? High school. Oh, but yeah, but like, God is really, he's just he's just like a lot of the people that I went to high school with, like they're just getting done, they're graduating with a degree, and they have all this debt, and they don't really know where to go in life. But like God just blessed me, and He's just giving me this amazing, like this is a career, like this is like, honestly something that I can really keep on growing and developing into like a career. And I just give all praise and glory to God. Like honestly, like He's just been so faithful in my life. He's just shown me so many blessings, and I just give all praise and glory to God. Like all. I humble myself fully, and I just give all of my praise and glory to God, because He's just been such a blessing in my life. Like I can't even describe it, honestly. You know what's up, Simeon? It's like it's just like when you graduate high school, it's like people just live their lives. It's like people they do their own thing. Is YouTubing the new wave? I would say I know internet money's a record label, but I'm just gonna call it just internet money in itself is the new wave. So whether you're YouTubing or live streaming or podcasting or just something along those lines, that really is the newest wave. How do you retire from YouTubing? I don't think you really do. I don't think YouTube. I mean, PewDiePie is probably the oldest. He's not the oldest YouTuber, but he's probably the closest example. I mean, he's been doing YouTube. He had his 10-year reunion. He had his 10-year anniversary, and he's. Yeah, PewDiePie's 30, so he started at 20. So he's been doing it for a decade, and he still hasn't retired yet. So I don't know. I don't think YouTubing. I don't think anybody's been around long enough to quote unquote retire. It's still too new. But yeah. Yo, MTMV Sports Podcast. Yo, thank you. I appreciate it. And JJ, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes, honestly. Alex, so I always look at it like this, like God. Here, let me read this. I always see people thanking God for talent. Okay, God bless you with like a mindset. What do you mean by that, Alex? I kind of wanna go over that a little bit more. Johnny, you're going back to the old school videos. I low-key remember that video. That video got demonetized so quickly. Yo, Lavarian, what's good, homie? But what if you don't make enough to retire from YouTube? I mean, if you had enough to call you, if you've been making money off of YouTube for a decade, you're probably gonna make enough money to. With YouTube's one of those jobs where if you do it for long enough, you'll make some like real money, like some real money. Like not to like look at other people's pockets, but I remember my brother told me maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, because he had linked up with FaZe Rug. He told me that FaZe Rug made $250,000 a month, bro. $250,000 a month. You do that for a year, that's it. You're retired. You're good for life. What do YouTubers watch? I watch YouTube. No. Yo, C. Fegans, I'm probably gonna get a birthday cake tomorrow when my parents come out to celebrate my birthday. And YouTubers don't get any type of insurance. You just get paid through AdSense. That's it. Should react to some of my older videos. Look, yeah, I might do that. Mindset meaning like a drive or desire to do something. So Alex. Oh, here real quick. Jay awaits. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, man. I appreciate it. So, Alex, I'm actually really happy that you asked this question. This is actually a really good question to ask. So God makes us all unique. He made all of us unique, and He wants to express Himself through us, and so that's why He made everybody unique. Because God blesses some people with beautiful singing voices, and that's how He expresses His musical side. And He blesses some others with crazy athletic ability, and that's how He expresses his athletic side. However, He also gives us free will. So we have the will, like you've probably seen somebody with like crazy amounts of talent, and they don't do anything with that talent. And you're just like, man, like you had so much talent. Like how did you? Like if I was in your shoes, I would have done X, Y, and Z. But you don't know because you're not in their shoes. But God gives us all free will. And so, like for example, I've been wanting to take the channel as serious as I have been, and I'm still going to be even taking it more serious here over the next couple months. But like this level of focus that I've had on the channel, I've been wanting to have this level of focus for a long time, but I was just kind of just like goofing off, just kind of just relaxing, like just doing what like just not taking it as serious as I needed to. But then God was like, hey, like I blessed you with an audience that I'm allowing you to be an example to. I'm allowing you to be a positive influence in their lives. But I need you to start taking this more serious because I have bigger plans than even you have. And so you just reach a point where you realize that you're not living for yourself, but you're living for something bigger. You're living for God. That's what the bigger is. You're living for God, and God has a plan to not only bless you, but to bless many other people. Like for example, there was many times where I started doing live streams, but then I would stop, and I would start doing live streams, and then I would stop. But then God was like, hey, like, no, you're being like an actual blessing to people. Like you don't know what people are going through on a day-to-day basis, and by you choosing to stream or not, you can literally make or not make somebody's day. And like I never thought of it like that. Like I was always just like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just not gonna stream. But like it's bigger than me. And when you realize that, and when you realize, Alex, I don't know what God's been talking to you about, but like when you realize that life is bigger than just you and your desires and what you want to do with your life, and that you realize that your life affects everybody around you, you start to live life a little bit different. But then you also are like, well, I don't know what to do. And so you ask God for that wisdom, and God will show you the wisdom, and that's His will for your life, is to not only be a blessing for many people, but it's also to be a blessing in your own life. So that's when you're talking about having a drive or desire to do something, I have a drive and desire to follow after God's will, and God's will happens to be being a blessing to the hundreds of thousands of kids that not hundreds of thousands of kids, but of the hundreds of kids I've been able to spotlight on the channel, and the thousands of kids I'm going to be spotlighting over my career doing this. So when you just realize that you're living for something a lot bigger than yourself, that's when you have like a real focus and a drive to do things. How do I pay for the dentist? Luckily I haven't gone to the dentist in a hot minute. I need to go to the dentist. When I move to Texas and I'm starting to save this money, I'm gonna get Invisalign and get my teeth a little bit straighter. Because my top teeth are fine. It's my bottom teeth that need to get a little straightened. When are you and Destroying gonna collab? Whenever he wants to collab, I'm down. Except for right now, I'm off the wine. I think anybody can start a podcast. Anybody, like, so here's the thing. like for example, I remember when I was in high school, I always wanted to talk about football. I wanted to talk about what I was learning, what I was doing, but nobody listened. Nobody cared about what I had to say. They just were just like, oh, just shut up and just play receiver. So the hard part about being a content creator is you have to make people believe that you know what you're talking about. And the way that you do that is by consistently posting. So you, I'm gonna get to another highlight here in a second, but you just have to stay consistent. Like if you dropped a podcast 2 to 3 times a week for a year, you would have I can guarantee you would have a successful podcast. It's all it is you just have to stay consistent with it. You just have to just find your niche, show people that you bring value to what you're talking about. So you're just providing value for people, and you're showing them what you're bringing to the table. And then when they see like, hey, like this person like is either funny or they're informative, or they're a mix of funny or informative, then it's like, hey, they're gonna keep on showing up, they're gonna keep on returning, and then all of a sudden you're gonna look up and you're gonna have a successful podcast. Hey, Alex, man, hey, thank you. Hey, I don't know what your relationship with God is like, but just know, like, hey, God's been telling me the end times are coming, bro. Like, the time when Jesus comes back and it's gonna be too late to accept him or not, like, that time is coming. And now is not the time to be beating around the bush, acting like you have faith, or being like, oh, I believe in God, but if somebody asks me a tough question, like, oh, I'm good. Like, no, like I'm standing up. I'm letting everybody know I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. He is my Lord and Savior. There's nothing that's gonna make me denounce God. Like, I literally will die for God. Like, it's getting real out here, you guys. I don't know if you're seeing the state of the world. Things are getting real out here. So just know that, like, hey, if you're not saved, I would highly recommend it. I really would highly recommend it. I hope that you're seeing all the demonic imagery in rap music and in just the music industry in general. I hope you're seeing all the demonic imagery and anti-Christian imagery in the world and in the media. And it seems like all the world just comes against Christians and no other religion. And that's because the devil is real. The devil's a real person, and he doesn't want Christianity to succeed. So, yeah, now's not the time to have lukewarm faith, you guys. Like, you're gonna have to pick a side. The gray area is starting to thin out. You're gonna have to pick either black or white. So yeah, man. I'm just letting y'all know we out here. All right, but we all right. We gonna let's jump back into some of these highlights. How should someone begin to get into the word? Here. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. If you wanna start getting into the word, first understand that God is real, and hell is real, and God is coming back. And so you need to have a fear, a respectful and reverent. And reverent just means like reverent feeling or showing deep and solemn respect. So you need to have a reverent fear of God. And when you have that is when you'll start to understand God's word. So to begin to get into his word, I would just ask God. I would start in Proverbs. Proverbs is probably the best place to start. Read a chapter a day. There's 31 chapters. Read one a day. 31 days in the month. Pretty simple. But on top of that, also just ask God. You just be like, God, where do you want me to read? And honestly, there's been so many times where I've asked God to give me wisdom and just flip through the Bible, picked a random page, and that's the exact page that got like that was a blessing to me. But yeah, all right, let's get to another highlight. All right, everybody pick one number between. Everybody get ready to pick a number between 1 to 100. Wait until I type start. Everybody pick a number between 1 to 100. Don't pick more than one number, or you will automatically be disqualified. And go. Hey, Alex. Hey. God knew. See, don't ever feel bad. Don't ever. I repeat, don't ever feel bad for returning to the Father. If you're feeling bad like that, read the story of the prodigal son. Actually, go to my second channel. It's called The Simple Gospel, and watch my video where I break down the story of the prodigal son. Don't ever feel bad when you return to God. He always knows when you're gonna return back to him, and that's what he loves the most. If you have to get to your lowest point to come back and acknowledge God, God will allow you to get to that point. He's not doing that. He's allowing you to put yourself in that position because he knows it's gonna help you return to God. Don't worry. It was the same thing that happened to me. I didn't have to reach my lowest point, but I had to reach a pretty low point to realize that I had to come back to God. Also, everybody pick your last couple of numbers. I'm about to type stop. When I type stop, any guess made after that will not count. But yeah, no, don't worry. God knew when you were gonna come to him. But also remember this: when you constantly stick and you stay near God, when you're always communicating with him, you're not gonna have to ask for a miracle all the time. God will perform miracles, but he just wants to. It's like, hey, like I provided a way out for you for this months ago, but you didn't want to listen then, so I'm gonna have to perform a miracle today. Stop. All right, Rugrats the bottom list at 10. But yeah, no, don't ever. I repeat, Alex, don't ever feel bad for returning to the Father. He loves you too much. He loves you so much. Don't ever feel bad coming to God for anything. He wants to pour out blessings over your life. He wants to just pour out his love in your life. So don't ever feel bad for returning to the Father. Just know that he wants to keep you there. And that love that you feel when he answers your prayers and whatever anxiety or whatever problem that you're going through, he solves it. He wants you to stay there so you don't have to keep on going through those problems. So just always know that, man. Always know that God, he loves you and he wants to just provide the absolute best for you. All right, and the number is 31. All righty then. All right, Simeon's the leader with 25. 25 is what, 6 away? Yeah. You're still in the lead, Simeon. Where do I find these beats? These beats are all on Epidemic Sound. All right, Simeon, you're the winner, homie. Dwayne, I am 24 years old. I don't know if you were talking to me or not. Hey, yo, Alexander, it's my birthday too. What's good, homie? And happy birthday, man. I'm starting to feel a little bit, boys. Starting to feel a little bit. You're coaching out, bet. And yo, Alex, of course, homie. Hey. At the end of the day, I would literally give up this whole channel just to save one person from going to hell. And I truly do mean that. So always know, like, I'm not just saying this just to say this. I'm not saying this to put on a front. I'm not saying this to sound good. Like I really do mean it, man. I'm glad that like if this whole live stream was just to talk to you, I'm happy that I was able to just spread the gospel to you, man. So hey, just know God loves you, man, for real. Like just know that God loves you more and deeper than you will ever know. All right, let's look at my boy Simeon. Remember what I said, boys? If my typing starts getting bad, that's when you know I'm drunk. So far, I'm looking pretty good still. We need a bottle check. Here, let me pour this. Whatchamacallit. This dude looks way younger than he looks. I know, man. I Yo, Steve, yo, thank you, man. Hey, dude, I've looked older my entire life. Like, we're actually doing some pretty good damage, not gonna lie. We are right here. We're about 4/5, like between like 3/4 and 4/5 of the way through the bottle. Am I afraid of death? Nah, man. I welcome death. But I always say 120 of the rapture. I always say, God, either bless me with 120 years on this earth, because I don't wish, I don't speak death over my life. I either ask God to give me 120 years on this earth to be a blessing to as many people as possible, and to be used by God for as long as possible, or to allow me to see the rapture. But I'm not afraid of death, man. You can get me up off this earth. I wanna see God. It's like, why are you afraid of death? You get to go to heaven. Heaven's a billion times better than the earth. But yeah, no, trust. Like I'm not afraid of death, bro. Like at all. Like I'm 100% happy for the whatchamacallit. It's like, bro, I get to see, you get to just be in the presence of God all day, every day, just chilling, just like, hey, what's up, Dad? What's up, Dad? The person that made me. How you doing, Father? Oh man, that's gonna be a blessed day. We gonna be with this. We got some time. Turned 24 today, so what is that? 96 years? No, that's. Did I get that right? Yeah, that's 96 years. I still got 90. I either have 96 years left on this earth, or the rapture's gonna come at some point in between those 96 years. But until then, hey, Abba Father, yo. Oh man, it's gonna be a good day, man. Probably play football in heaven. Hey, we gonna be able to play football with all the best, with all the greats that passed too soon, man. Who are my favorite pastors? Honestly, my favorite, here, I'll answer that question because I really want to get into that question, but I want to get to my boy Simeon Tyler tape. We've had this up for a little bit. My boy Simeon, out here being a coach, balling out. 42 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups. Angelo, don't let me forget that question though. I see you out here, bruh. The oldest person from town turned 104 last week. That's what's up. Let's go. Bro, okay, this is what I'm talking about. For all of my linebackers and anybody who has to engage in who's like the first contact in a lead block. This is how you, boom, just get up in his grill, just like, hey, just get him up out of there. Like you see how him engaging in this block and completely getting him up out of the play. Because this ball was supposed to go right here. The lead blocker is supposed to come up in here. This ball is meant to go right here. But you see how he drove him back and just plugged up that hole? Don't try and finesse your way around the lead blocker. Blow up that lead blocker, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the person you're going to be disrupting the play. Trust, we'll get back to God. I just wanted to cover my boy Simeon. Sit him down. Bro, you had some nice speed coming off the edge, man. I definitely think that I don't think there's ever going to be an undersized quarterback that doesn't have some type of dual threat capabilities. I just don't see how you can get that done. But as long as he's able to drop dimes, and he's not. I don't think you can get a quarterback who's like under 5'8" in the NFL. But if you're like 5'9" plus, yeah. As long as you can drop dimes, I don't care how tall you are. How long am I streaming? I don't know. I'm kind of chilling, honestly. We'll kind of go until, I don't know, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes in, so I don't know. We're gonna have a nice little. We're gonna keep on talking about God here on the back end. So we'll just see how long we got. I mean, we might finish the bottle on stream. We might not. I'm not sure. Hey yo, Patrick, I'm about to address your comment here as well. Stream to your birthday's over? That's wild. Also, Neo would not be very happy. The Model T that he had at 16. That's what's up. That's a boss move. You driving a car from the like an ancient car, and you just out here just making. You out here 104, just living your best life. Sit him down. Yo, Simeon, I see you out here, bro. That's what's up. Alex, I will break down your favorite verse here in a second. Here, let me open up this. So you said that the live chat here on the right works, but this is a clean template. Okay, so let's go back and so my boy Angelo said, "Who's my favorite pastors?" Okay. So I really hate that I have to preface this. I have to say it like this, but you really gotta watch out nowadays with who you're getting your spiritual knowledge from, or who you're allowing to be spiritual leaders in your life. There's been a lot of people who not that I looked up to them, because I don't look up to anybody, but I was like, man, like God's just blessing them with the word. And I do believe that people who use Christianity for monetary, like vast monetary gains, because there's a part of me that looks at it and is like, okay, yes, I'm not gonna get into all that. The person who, as of today, who I would say I believe has the biggest anointing over their life is a guy. His name is Francis Chan. Francis Chan, FrancisChan. Francis Chan, Andrew Womack, And Francis Chan is who I've just been listening to the most. But I think the more important thing is to develop your own relationship with God, to get to dive into the Word for yourself and ask God for interpretation directly from God. Because at the end of the day, all pastors they're just people who their job is just, at least it should be, is just to be communicating with God, asking God to help them interpret His Word and to bless them with the words to deliver it to the congregation. But I would say, as of right now, the person who I've been listening to the most is Francis Chan. So, to answer your question right there, Patrick, I wish as strong in my faith. Basically, I'm pretty sure you meant to say I wish my faith was as strong as yours. You're okay, dude. You're okay. Hey, my so far my typing's still really good, so you know we're out here. Yes, this is the right scripture, but we don't read the King James version. Romans 12:3, where it says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith." So, when you say, "I wish my faith was as strong as yours," I mean, all faith is, like, faith is a muscle. So basically, Patrick, all you have to do is just give God more opportunities to show His faithfulness in your life. So, for example, I remember for to help develop my faith for almost a year, I would ask God for parking spots. I know it sounds really weird, but I needed something really small that I can consistently ask God to show His faithfulness over. Because where I used to live in this place called Park La Brea in West Hollywood, and the parking situation there was trash, absolutely trash. And so I would always ask God, I'm like, "God, thank you for blessing me with the parking spot right in front of my building." And so 60 straight times, 60 out of 60, he blessed me with the parking spot through and through. And then on the 60th time, so I guess it was 59 out of 59, but on the 60th time, God told me to park somewhere else. And I knew He told me to park somewhere else, but I was like, no, I want to park in the front. And so I remember just sitting there I literally sat in the parking lot for an hour in my car, just waiting for a parking spot to open, and it never did. Ended up parking in the back, and I was about to get mad at God, and then I had to check myself, and God was like, "I told you to go park here in the back." And I had a spot waiting, and there was a spot already opened up there because at that time the back parking was also really trash too. But God already had a spot waiting for me out there. I didn't have to wait. And God was like, "I had a spot waiting for you this whole time, but can you listen to me? And will you listen to me when I tell you to do something that you don't want to do?" And so it's just that humbling of yourself. So if you want to grow your faith, all you have to do is just give God opportunities to show His faithfulness while you respond. Like, God told me to move to Dallas, so I'm just gonna continuously say, "Hey, I'm moving to Dallas." I'm gonna call up the places that I'm calling up to be like, "Hey, can I get more information on apartments in Dallas?" And take the steps, walking in faith, knowing that God's already provided all the materials and all the supplies needed to move out to Dallas. And I just continue to walk in my faith. So just to develop and strengthen your faith, you just have to give God more opportunities to show His faithfulness in your life. Yo, C Feig is honestly, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like, bro, like, here, Isaiah 40:31 is your verse. Isaiah 40:31. I mean, at the end of the day, how much I love God is not even in comparison to how much I love everything. There's a verse in the Bible that says, if you can't follow me, Jesus was speaking, he said, you can't follow me if you don't hate your mother and your father and your sister and your brother. Like, basically just, and hate in the Hebrew, or like hate in that context, basically just means to love less. Like, you have to love God above everything else. Like, you have, there is nothing else that you can love God above. But here, let me break down at least how I interpret Isaiah 40:31. But they wait upon the Lord. Here, for a second, I like to kind of read verses in context. To whom then will ye liken me, or shall I be equal to? Said the Lord. Lift up your eyes. Actually, I was reading this a couple days ago. Lift your eyes upon high, and behold, who hath created these things that bringeth out. I'm a couple wine glasses in. I'm not trying to read this old English, even though the King James version is low-key the version that you should be reading. Lift up your eyes towards the heavens. Who created all these? Why do you complain, Jacob? Why do you say Israel? What is hidden from the Lord? Because my cause is disregarded by my God. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God. Amen. The creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary in his understanding. No one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fail, and some will fall. All those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Amen. They will soar on wings like eagles, and they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Amen, bro. Ruben C over there. Hey, but whatchamacallit, honestly, this, Alex, at the end of the day, to deny yourself and to live for God, you really have to renew your strength every single day in the Lord. The devil's gonna constantly be throwing arrows at you, constantly gonna be seeing if he can get you to compromise and to just live the way that the world lives. And so, like it says, here, even the youths go tired and weary, but those whose hope is in the Lord will renew their strength. Renew every single day. Just any time that you feel weak, you can call upon the Lord and He'll renew your strength. It's not easy to live I don't know where this whole idea of being a Christian's this easy life. It's not. It's hard to be a Christian. You have to deny yourself. You have to deny all the senses of your body. You have to deny yourself of all the lusts of the world, and then to live like this world. You have to live for Christ. You have to be a slave to righteousness. But I'm telling you, the reward is so much better. It's so much better. Bet I'll definitely take a listen to him. I also feel in these end times, there's going to be a lot of the true people who speak the word of God. They're really going to start stepping forward into the limelight. Ruben. Here, let me turn down the music zone. Undeniable music. Yo, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yo, Michael, what's good, homie? Yo, Ruben, me and Ruben go to the same church. Hey, what'd you say? Psalm 25? I just got done reading Psalm a couple weeks ago. I liked Psalm. Psalm was lit. I mean, bruh, I'm telling you, man. The Bible is give Neo some wine. That's cap, bro. We're not doing that. Michael, I'm moving to Dallas. I'm moving to Dallas at the end of July. My lease here is up July 23rd, and so I'm gonna put my deposit down at the beginning of June, and by that time I'll know exactly when I'm gonna be able to move in there, and then I'll move accordingly. But you already know, man. Young D, I'm just chilling, honestly. I might play some some Call of Duty with my brother later on tonight. But honestly, bro, like I've been grinding like crazy on YouTube, man. Like this morning, the first thing I did when I woke up, filmed today's video, the Q&A video, and I filmed tomorrow's Subscriber Sunday video. Like, bro, I'm just grinding. Like God told me, post every single day until you move. So every single day from now until sometime in the middle of July, there's gonna be a video every single day. And that's what we're gonna do, because that's what God told me to do. I play on PC. Hey yo, Mando HD, yo, thank you, man, I appreciate it. And 606 Scrims, yo, thank you for subscribing, man, I appreciate it, homie. Yeah, I might go to the De La Salle North Shore game. PC all day, bro. Post every day until I start the camp. Hey, I'm down for that. Yeah, see, Fegans, I think once I move to Dallas and can we see a dog? I've never seen him. He's asleep right now. He's getting so big, he can't even really fit on the... Say hi to everybody. You see everybody? I think so. They said that he was an Australian Shepherd Lab mix, but now that he's getting he's 7 months old today. So I would say I think he's probably some type of like Border Collie Lab mix, or maybe a Catahoula. That's what somebody at a dog park said that he might be. And when he showed me a picture of a Catahoula, I was like, I might be. Yo, Young D, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, when I saw him, I was like, bro, this is my guy. What's my favorite wine brand? I don't have a favorite wine brand. My only favorite wine is the type, which is a Cabernet Sauvignon. What's my opinion on the coronavirus? It's sad dogs can't go to heaven. I don't know if that says that somewhere in the Bible, then I think God has stuff. If not, make sure that your life is as possible. But my thoughts on the coronavirus, bro. This is just it's just a part of the end times. At the end of the day, it's just one more step to the end times. Oh man, low-key, he doesn't even dislike baths that much. Yo, have a blessed day, Ruben. No, honestly, this is my favorite wine because it just tastes good. All the other ones that I tried at the winery, some of them just have that, they're not sweet in the beginning, and like, for me, that's like a big thing. I really like sweet wines that have like that sweet, giggly taste. Simeon, literally, okay, so as soon as I moved to, so God's just been telling me just to focus 100% on the YouTube channel. The day, at least as long as my internet is up, the day that I move into Texas. But basically, like, as soon as I get settled into Texas, so maybe give me like a week. So let's just say August 1st. August 1st on IG and Twitter and possibly Facebook are going to be popping every day with content 2 to 3 times a day. Like, we're going to keep it popping. But Simeon, my thoughts on the coronavirus. I meant to answer that question. Yeah, I just think it's a part of the end times. It just, again, the gray area is going to be taken away here. You will not fear the arrow that flies by day. Psalm 91 verses 5 through 8. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys by midday. Both pestilence and plague both describe what we're in right now. And it says, we will not fear either of them. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Okay. God's saying that the pestilence and the plague that destroys everything else will not come near me. Okay, this is saying this in the Bible, so I'm going to believe it. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. And that's exactly what I feel like I've been doing every single day. I never, and when I say never, I can wholeheartedly say in my entire lifetime I've watched the news less than 20 times. I never watched the news, but I've watched it maybe like 3 times since this whole coronavirus thing has popped off. I see all these. Oh, there's X amount of people dead. Hey, that's the 1,000 falling on my left hand or 1,000 falling on my side and 10,000 on my right hand. But it says it's not going to come near me. If God's saying that this whole thing is not coming near me, I'm going to believe that it's not coming near me. I haven't been sick. I haven't coughed. I haven't shown any signs of. You see me? I'm looking good. I'm healthy. Oh, you guys should watch. You guys should really watch my second channel called The Simple Gospel. I break down all this stuff, but like, it's like you're just gonna start seeing who believes in God and who doesn't. Those who believe in God are gonna stand firm in His word. Those who don't, you're gonna see them being affected by the world. They literally, I mean, you got everybody starting to get the chip in their hand, which is literally the mark of the beast. It says in the Bible. Let's see if I know. And they will have a mark on their hand. Revelation 13:16. And a mark, and he causeth all a small and great, rich. Let me read this in NIV. I'm not trying to read King James version. Well, in this state, it is also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name, which is 666. Literally, you're already starting to see people getting microchipped in their hand, and they're gonna start being able to like buy and sell things on that. With this whole coronavirus pandemic, they're gonna really start pushing these like I'm telling you, if somebody comes to you asking you to put something on your forehead or to put a microchip in your hand, run away from them. I'm telling y'all, that's the mark of the beast. That is the mark of the beast, flat out. That is the mark of the beast, like just flat out. Don't like I'm telling y'all, man, like it's not a game no more, bro. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I believe in God or I'm spiritual. Like, bro, it's black or white. You're gonna have to deny God, or you're going to have to accept. You're either gonna deny Jesus or you're gonna have to accept him. That's it. Like it's not a game no more, bro. Like it's not fun and games. Like it's getting real out here, man. It is getting real out here. Should drink more wine and less energy drinks. Honestly, nah, bro. That's the first bottle of wine. That's the second bottle of wine I bought while I've been living here. Hey, yo, Khalil, we out here, man. Hey, yo, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, wait. So basically, when I move, so when I move to Texas, that's gonna free up a lot of money because I'm gonna be saving a lot of money just off the rip by not having to pay the rent that I pay here in California. So I'm gonna take that extra money and put it towards an editor, which means I'm gonna have more free time to put into my second channel, which is the Simple Gospel channel, where I talk all about God. And I'm gonna use that time to really just delve more into God, and then like God's like, I can't really explain it all right now, but God's just been showing me. He has like a roadmap for my life, and I'm just following it, and it's blessed, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's in Timothy. It's in I think it's in 1 Timothy, and basically it says like, here I gotta. I'm not trying to look for it right now. But basically, it says like, because Timothy. So my dad told me to read in Timothy, because Timothy was was a young person who had a strong faith, and it says like, don't be discouraged, or like, don't let the elders of the church like put you down because you're young but you have a strong faith, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're old or young. Your faith is dependent on your relationship with God, not how long your relationship with God has been. And I'm like, yo, whatever I read in the Bible, I just take it for face value. Like whatever it says, every time I've applied what the word has said at face value, not trying to find a loophole in it, not trying to form it to what I want it to say, like just whatever it says, and I just take it at that face value. It's just been an absolute blessing in my life. So I'm like, hey, like God, whatever you ask me to do, I'm just gonna do it, man. Like it's too late, man. It's like it's not now is not the time to be playing around with God's name and God's word, bro. Like we already have enough people in the media and in the world doing that. Like now's the time to, like, for Christians to stand together, bro. Hey, yo, shout out the dragon, yo. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. Yo, Johnny, see, you know what's up, bro? Like literally science proves God, but because the world doesn't want to acknowledge God, like, bro, like for example, evolution. They say like all dogs are made from like one wolf, and then that wolf branched out into many different dogs. Well, that makes sense. It's the same reason as like people, like in, I don't know exactly where it is, but basically the world got to a certain level, and they said that they were going to build a tower up to heaven, and God was like, because like it was at a point in the world where it was like, no, these people are like, they can do what they speak, which shows the power that God gave us on the earth. He gave us full dominion over the earth, and he said they can literally build a tower up to heaven. So God confused all of our languages. That's why we have multiple languages, and he scattered us across the earth. Okay, well, the people that lived in Africa, well, the darker skinned people, clearly they're gonna live long. Like natural selection, that's a real thing. 1 second. I rebuke that sneeze in the name of Jesus. I am healthy. Let's go. But natural selection is a real thing. It doesn't prove. It actually disproves evolution, because in evolution, you're supposed to gain attributes. Like a wolf, like my dog Neo, he's not as big as a wolf. He doesn't have the fur of a wolf. He doesn't have the muscular build of a wolf. He's been de-evolutionized, but he has the attributes of the dogs that have naturally survived in the world around him. Natural selection. It's like, hey, the people in Africa, the naturally darker skinned people, are going to survive because the darker your skin, the better SPF protection that you have, so that you're going to be able to handle hotter climates. The same way that the lighter skinned people in the northern countries where it's freezing cold, they're going to survive a lot better. And people who are naturally hairier are going to survive more than the people who are bald-headed and who have like no skin and are like don't have that much muscular build. It's you really just gotta, like, you have to do your own research. Like, please don't just take what I'm saying at face value, even if what I'm saying is the truth, or even if what I'm saying is false. Do your own research. Like, get into your own word. Like God's just been telling me this so much. Like, if there's one thing that I could say, forget football, forget all that. If there's one thing that I could say, is have your own relationship with God. Whatever that may be. Like, whether you want to call dad Abba, which means just basically, it means daddy in Greek. It's just like a little kid calls their dad daddy. Like, it's just like that, calling from that little kid's perspective. Or whether you just want to call God, this just all-powerful being. Like, just have your own relationship with God. Get in your word. Like, call upon God and see God as you seek him to be. It says those who seek God will find him. Like, just Seek after God. God created life in Adam and Eve, microorganisms, but he told them they were I don't know about the whole microorganism thing. Microorganism thing. I mean, God created them from the dust of the earth, so to me, all this stuff about there's a lot again. This is what I'm talking about. It's like there's a lot of fine detail. Like whenever someone's like, oh, like you're Christian, they always want to talk about, okay, well, what are your views on gay marriage? What's your views on abortion? What's your views on all these little topics? But those topics don't matter. None of that stuff matters. Do you believe that Jesus Christ came and died for your sins? That's all that matters. It says, Jesus said, I am the only way to the Father. If you do not come through me, you cannot get to heaven. Like, that's all that matters. I don't care. Obviously I would like for everybody to not abort kids and to have heterosexual relationships. But at the end of the day, none of that stuff matters. Like, God said he'll forgive us of all of our sins as long as we accept Jesus Christ. Like, that's all that matters. Like when I say I don't care, like I just want people to be saved, bro. Like hell is real. Like, hell is so real. It is realer than people think. I've been seeing this TikTok trend where people are like doing like the trend where it's like one friend goes up to heaven and the other one goes up to hell. And like I've been seeing like all these people just making fun of, like, they just think it's so funny. Like, bro, hell is real. Like do you know what that is? Like, that is scary. Like, to spend eternity, because all hell is just complete separation from God. That's what hell is. Like God loves us so much that if we deny him, he's not gonna force us to love him. So he will allow us, if you decide to go to hell, which is denying Jesus, denying God, and wanting to do your own thing, which is you would then go to hell. Like, it's not this, I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. I want to just stick with God, but just know, like, I'm telling y'all, like, it's real out here, bro. Like, I can't stress enough. It is real out here. It's not fun and games no more, man. Hell is life with my ex. Titus, that's funny. Why can't everybody be saved? God doesn't. God, when he created us, God wanted to have a family. But to experience love, there has to be free choice. You can't force somebody to love you. That's not love, that's force. So for God to experience true love, he had to make something or someone, us people, that had free will to either choose or to not choose God, and to give us that free choice. That's the only way to experience real love, a real relationship. You have to give somebody choice to either deny you or to accept you. Now, that's the beauty of it. Like, God knows. He knows the second that you're either going to accept him, or he knows that you're never going to accept him. But he's still going to use your life regardless. And that's where it says in the Bible, like, and his ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. I can't break all these things down. Like it's like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you have to have a relationship with you have to have your own relationship with God. You have to do your own diving into the word. You have to ask God for yourself what certain verses mean. You can't don't just rely on what your pastor says, or don't just rely on what I'm saying. Like, you have to do your own research. Like, really call upon God yourself. Like, don't Don't just rely on what other people are saying. Like, you have to really have your relationship with God and like hunker down on that. Hey, yo, Johnny, yo, have a blessed rest of your night, man. Yo, thank you again for spending time in the live stream. And yo, thank you for just all that you do for the live stream, man. For real. Like, I really do appreciate it, man. Have a blessed rest of your night, man. Yeah, everybody can be saved. Really, everybody can be saved. It's just whether or not you're going to choose to be saved. Like, when you realize that none of us deserve to be saved, but God still gives us an opportunity. God still allowed Jesus to be sent. Not only did he allow Jesus to be sent down, but he sent down Jesus to die for all of our sins. And still then gave us the opportunity to choose or to not choose him. Like, that's where you realize, it's like, oh, okay. Like, God really does love us. Like, if you guys have any questions about God, just go look at my second channel. It's called The Simple Gospel. If you just type in THE space SIMPLE space GOSPLE GOSPEL. Simple Gospel. The Simple Gospel. I've covered a couple videos where it goes over what I'm saying. The Pope says atheists will go to heaven. That's not true. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not backing down from that. Like, you have to accept Jesus Christ. It's quite clear. The only way to the Father is through Jesus Christ. You have to accept Jesus Christ. Like, there's no way around it. Like, J2 Saucy, not in this live stream. We'll be doing a highlight live. Well, we did a couple highlights, but I kind of just want to talk about God right now on my birthday. So, yeah. We'll be doing another highlight live stream on Wednesday at 4:30. So, yeah. But yeah, everybody has the choice to be saved. Every like, God gives everybody the choice to be saved. Like me personally, I don't believe that the rapture is gonna come until everybody on earth has made the choice of whether accepting or denying God. As soon as that last person makes that choice, that's when everything pops off. Amen. Yeah, but God's a father. Like, he's our father. Like, he loves us and he wants to protect us from everything, but he also allows us to live our lives like that. Like this is the part that really gets to me. People want their free will, but then they want God to intervene in their lives. You can't have it. You either have to have free will, or you have to let God intervene in your life. You can't have both. Oh, well, God, how could God allow what's that called? The Holocaust. I'm sounding super insensitive right there. But, like, how could God allow the Holocaust? Or how could God allow 9/11? Or how could God allow XYZ? Well, if he stepped in for those situations, well, then he would also have to step in when you had sex before marriage. And he would have to have stepped in and handled that. And he would also have to have stepped in when you lied. Oh, it was just a little lie. No, he would have to step in right there. Like, you either have to fully accept your free will, that you have full control over your life, and you can either give it up 100% to God, or you can live for yourself and live for the world. Or no, that's it. Like, those are the only two options. What is the rapture? The rapture is a blessed day. It's a blessed day for some and the worst day for others. The rapture is when Jesus Christ comes back. So when Jesus came the first time, he came to save the world. He came to die for our sins, and he came to be an example to the world as to how we should live our lives for Christ. And when he comes back the second time, he's coming to destroy the world. Hey, gang, this is the last bottle, boys. So we probably are gonna get through a bottle. What's idolatry? Idolatry is when you have an idol or someone that you look up to more than God. Like for example, I forget who it was, but God, he called one of his he sent somebody and he basically told him, go sacrifice your son go sacrifice your son. And he had faith and he walked up the mountain and he was going to go sacrifice his son, but God realized, hey, I'm asking this person to do something that I haven't done yet. And so that's why God sent Jesus to be a sacrifice for us. And okay, look at it like this. God is father to all of us. Man, female, whatever you want to call yourself. He's father to all of us. But Jesus is his only unique son. He was born of a virgin birth. He is basically direct seed from God, if you want to call it like that. And he gave him up. He allowed him to be beaten, tortured, bruised, bloodied, just literally it says that when Jesus was about to be put on the cross, he was unrecognizable. Like, do you know how badly you have to beat somebody for them to be unrecognizable to his mother? Like, do you know how badly you have to be beaten? Jesus took on the full wrath of God for all of our sins, and he died for all of our sins. But he defeated death. 3 days after he died, he rose from his grave and now sits at the right hand of God. That is what we believe in. But for Jesus to go through all of that, for God to allow Jesus, his son, to go through all of that, and for you to deny him, that is why there is the lake of fire waiting for those who don't accept Jesus. Like for those of you who have a brother or sister, or just any loved one, just imagine here. I kind of want to turn this music off. Just imagine if someone that you loved was just beaten and bloodied and just beaten to a pulp and just tortured. They were sinless. They literally did nothing wrong in their entire life, but they were just every negative word that you could think of, they experienced it. All so that this random person could be saved from eternal damnation. And they see all that, and they recognize, like, oh yeah, you did go through all that for my sins. But nah, I don't accept you. Nah, I don't believe that you did that. Nah. Wouldn't you be furious too? Like that is the wrath of God. It was Abraham. Yes, it was Abraham. Yep. People looking up to LeBron. People have many idols nowadays. Like, it's funny when people say the GOAT, when the people, well, it was either a golden cow or it was a golden goat. But yeah, when Moses came down from Mount Zion with the 10 Commandments, the first thing that the people did was make a golden cow or a golden goat and worship that. I got you, the crow butt. It's like when you realize that every Jesus experienced and defeated every sin, any sickness, any affliction, any disease. Jesus defeated it all during his 33 years on this earth. Like, when you realize that, like, that's what we put our faith in. It's like, God, like, Like, Jesus, you defeated everything, and that's why you're my Lord and Savior. Like, yeah, man, it's crazy out here, bro. Raphael, chill, bro. Hey, yo, Zachary, yo, God bless you, man, and have a great rest of your night, man. Thank you for all the birthday wishes and just chilling in the live stream, man, for real. Hey, yo, Betsy Fegans. Hey, I'm probably gonna wrap up the live stream here in probably like the next, like, I don't know, couple minutes. I'm not sure. We'll see what the chat's looking like, but yeah. But hey, I think, hey, again, just thank you, man, for all the love and support that you show the channel, man, for real. Yo, Patrick, whatchamacallit, like, again, once I move out to Dallas, like I'm telling y'all, just keep on sticking with the boy here for another 2-3 months, and like you're about to see a lot, man, for real. Throw one more RNG, I got you, man. I definitely think that Jesus was darker than what he's normally portrayed as in the U.S. I mean, if he was in Israel, people in Israel are pretty dark. And if he was walking around all the time in the sun, he'd be pretty dark. So, I mean, I don't know what he looked like, but I'm pretty sure you're asking, like, I'm pretty sure Jesus was a lot darker than what he looks like in most depictions of him. Hey, yo, Simeon, yo, bet. Hey, I'm telling, like, again, if y'all just want to just keep on rocking with the channel for this great content, as we expand our content, keep on sticking with the channel. If y'all want to potentially get employed by the channel, keep on sticking with the channel, because here in the next 3 to 6 months, we're about to start hiring I'm about to start hiring some of my subscribers. And then if you just want to just learn more about God, just keep on sticking with the channel, you guys. Like, for real, it's about to be it's about to be fire, man. Hey, yo, Will Smooth, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it, homie. He must have been burnt. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, hey, if he's Middle Eastern, my boys in the Middle East, they out in the sun all day. There wasn't no shade. Like, hey, I'm just saying. Yo, bet, Simeon. Hired how? Hired how normally people are hired. Have y'all send in a resume. Probably do like some type of Zoom call with y'all and see just if y'all will fit with the company and what I'm looking for. And like again, I know y'all see the happy, like, well, obviously that's literally who I am. But y'all see who I am on like the reaction videos. But like, I also know how to like run a company, like how to like get stuff done. So, like, yeah, we're gonna get it popping, man. I'm telling y'all. Honestly, yo, the first think of how many people have been like, man, I wish I could just get a break from my job, and then God gives them a break from their job, and they're like, oh man, I'm not making any money anymore. It's like, God knew that. You asked for this. Like, it might not have came in the form that you wanted, but what happened? Did your faith just fall out of the window? Like, don't worry, God will take care of you. Hey, yo, Patrick. Hey, Patrick. Hey, I'm telling you, we can. I'm like legit. I'm telling y'all, the only requirement that I have is that you guys is that you guys are out of high school. That's the only requirement that I have. Hey, or replenish mindset. Like, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Like, for real, like, it's just like I'm really thankful because I know a lot of people who've had like much harder lives, and they've I just know a lot of people who like yeah, like my parents got divorced when I was like 8 or 9, but my mom and dad, like, they kept a pretty like I like grew up knowing my dad. That's still my dad's like my best friend, honestly. I still talk with my parents almost every single day. I know a lot of people who've had much harder lives, but I just look at my life and I'm just like, man, like God like really saved me from a lot of stuff, and I've just seen how he set me apart for a lot of stuff. Like, I remember, like, I never went to a single party in high school. And I remember, like, in high school, I was like, man, like, why didn't I ever get to go to any parties or anything like that? And God was just like, hey, like, I'm setting you apart. Like, I have something special planned for you. Like, I'm building you into something. Like, I have a plan for you. And I didn't get it at the time, but like now I'm starting to see it. And it's like none of this stuff matters outside of God. Like, nothing. Like, absolutely, like, nothing in life matters if it's not for God. Like like the only reason why I believe that God, like, literally, if God allowed me to build this whole, if he blessed me with all these subscribers, 191,000, like, do you know how many people that is? 191,000 people, like 50,000 people a day. Yo, Luke, thank you for subscribing, homie. I appreciate it. Like 50,000 people a day are watching the channel. Like between like 40 and 50,000 people a day watch the channel. That's like a whole football stadium's worth of people come to just watch my channel. Like, that's all God. Like, but when you realize that and you just humble yourself and you're just like, hey, you know what? This isn't me. This is God. And you realize that he's the one that's blessing you, and you give him that praise and you humble yourself. Like, he just keeps on pouring out blessings in your life. And I'm just like, hey, man, like, if all of that happened just so I can have this one, like, if I could just have this one conversation with y'all on my birthday just to talk about God for a little over 3 hours, hey, it's all worth it, man. It really is all worth it. Yeah, it says by prayer and petition, make your request known to God, and Jesus will be another advocate for you. I forget where it says that, but if you just type it in, it'll say that. There, here, we got time. But by prayer and petition, make your requests known to God. Philippians 4:6, one of my favorite verses. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, meaning you will never understand the peace of God, but this peace will guard your heart and your minds in Christ Jesus. So beautiful. It's one of my favorite verses. Yeah, I got you, Raphael. How long have I been doing YouTube? I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, but it's been my job. This is my 4th year that it's going to be my job. Let's run it to 12 Eastern. Nah. But whatchamacallit? I think I'm gonna wrap up the live stream right here. I just want to let y'all know. Yeah, we're going. Yeah, God's letting me know to wrap up the live stream right here. I just want to let y'all know from, like, there's no there's no amount of words that I can say, and that's why I really hope that with this move to Texas, I can not just say how appreciative I am of you guys, but I can show it by just all of the things that God has been revealing to me, and just revealing to me to be a blessing to you guys. But like I just want to just let y'all know, like from the bottom of my heart, just I'm so thankful, so thankful for all of you guys, and just the love and support that you guys showed the channel. Just thank y'all for sticking with me through the highs and lows when the channel's booming and we're doing great numbers, and every single day there's a video, or the times where I wasn't posting every single day, or there would be days where I would, like, couple days or weeks where I wasn't posting. Like I just want to say just thank y'all for always sticking by me during the channel, and just all the love and support that you guys showed the channel, and also just all the love and support that you guys showed for my birthday. Like I really do appreciate it. Like I really couldn't think of a better way I wanted to spend it than with you guys, just my amazing subscribers. Again, as we've been talking about it for the past, I don't know how long, a couple hours, but I'm serious about it, you guys. Like God loves you more than you will ever know. His love is, if you don't have a father in your life, if your father's not in your life, God wants to be your father in your life. If your dad's not being the father that he needs to be in your life, God wants to be that father in your life. If you're missing any type of love, if you're just missing anything in your life, God wants to be that missing piece in your life, and he's willing to be that missing piece in your life. All you have to do is just open yourself up to him. He's already opened himself up to you. Just open yourself up to him, and he will pour out his love for you guys. But with all of that being said, I love and appreciate each and every single last one of you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Ciao.